Well, if there's really four kind of takeaways for this game to kind of just sum up this crazy game, which was between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans, it's number one, Ryan Tannehill has legs. Don't underestimate Ryan Tannehill's legs. Number two, AJ Brown is a beast. Number three, Deshaun Watson needs to get the hell out of Houston. And number four, Derrick Henry is a monster, is a complete mutant King Kong Godzilla type of monster, man. This was a phenomenal football game. Phenomenal football game between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. I thought the Houston Texans were a lot more competitive than I actually kind of gave them credit for. I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought Tennessee was going to sweep the Houston Texans today, and I mean absolutely destroy them because the Titans are playing for a lot. I mean I think they got the wild card spot, but of course you didn't want to take any risks. You had to get this win, and most importantly, you wanted that division. You wanted to get at least some type of home field advantage going into the wild card round, and the Tennessee Titans absolutely did that. Now they didn't dominate. This was a really close football game, and I mean a really close football game, and you know it came down to A.J. Brown with 16. It came down to Ryan Tannehill delivering a absolute beauty to A.J. Brown, who somehow, some way got behind the defense um, and was able to just haul down a monster, huge gain and was able to get the Titans to win the football game. With the Titans, of course, I think his name was Ryan Suckup, hitting the goalpost, which I actually thought he kind of missed it, but hit the goalpost and actually kind of squeezed in. Like, this was crazy. There are some things, if you're a Titans fan, to be happy about, and then there are some things to kind of be worried about going into the playoffs. Number one, you got the best running back in football in Derrick Henry. Shout out to Alabama, shout out to Roll Tide Nation. But Derrick Henry is, I'm not gonna lie to you. As an Alabama fan, I've been saying Derrick Henry should have been a first round pick as soon as he left in 2015. This dude is something unique. He's not He's not a guy that's just simply just gonna just truck you over. He's not a Earl Campbell, even an Adrian Peterson, a Mike Oslott type of running back. But he's a guy that once he gets some steam, he's either gonna stiff arm the hell out of you. You're gonna underestimate his speed. You're gonna think he's 250 pounds. He can't really run fast, but he actually can. He's a bigger version of Eric Dickerson. Eric Dickerson is, of course, faster, but he's a bigger version of Eric Dickerson. I mean, they kind of, if you look at the two, I mean, both of those guys were big running backs, tall running backs. They weren't guys that were going to truck you over, but these guys had a lot of skill, and a lot of people kind of underestimated these guys because of how big they were. And no one should be able to run and have the type of skills at their size like those two guys get. Derrick Henry is just a slightly bigger version of Eric Dickerson. And some people can say I'm over-exaggerating, but if you actually look at the side-by-side comparisons, you can actually kind of see where I'm kind of coming from here. But, 250 yards. The fact that Derrick Henry was able to get 2,000 yards today is incredible. And think about this for a second. Derrick Henry had 2,000 yards rushing in college, and he had 2,000 yards rushing right now in the NFL. Do you know how crazy that is? I don't think anyone has done that besides Barry Sanders. I think Barry Sanders is the last running back to actually have 2,000 yards rushing in college and have 2,000 yards in the NFL. So to be in that elite company alone is absolutely surreal. But man, Derrick Henry is a monster, no question about it. Ran physical, ran with physicality, ran very hard. I mean, Derrick Henry is just Derrick Henry. I got to give credit to Ryan Tannehill, what he was able to do, especially with his legs. A lot of people forget that he was a receiver coming out of Texas A&M, but Ryan Tannehill not only can throw the football on the run, not only can he game manage really well, but he can also, outside the pocket, especially in those read options, he can run it and cause and give defenses some aches for sure. That's for damn sure. Excuse me. A.J. Brown is a monster, man. A.J. Brown is a beast, man. Definitely a very underrated receiver. I definitely think he definitely gets overshadowed by DK Metcalf a lot. Those guys were teammates, very close friends. But he kind of gets overshadowed when you talk about who was, as far as the better receiver between DK and A.J. Brown is. And a lot of people would just look at the stats, but A.J. Brown is a phenomenal football player. And for anybody who didn't think that, that A.J. Brown belongs in the same class as DK Metcalf this year, just look at this game and look how kind of clutch he was. Look at his route running ability. Look at his physicality when cornerbacks are trying to jam him up. He is just a beast. And you just got to give A.J. Brown a lot of credit for what he's done this year and helping this this Titans unit for the last the couple of years of getting to the playoffs and becoming just a very, very huge asset for them. Defensively, they need a lot of work. They need a lot of work. They was able to get some pressure on Deshaun Watson. They was able to get him down, I think 3 times. But they need a lot of work defensively. I mean, number one is the Texans. Their offensive line can't protect Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, for the most part, everything that kid has been through, with the entire DeAndre Hopkins situation, with his coach being fired, which rightfully so, he needed to be fired. But Deshaun Watson pretty much just how unfairly that kid has been treated. And he was able to come in this year and do what he did. And then what he was able to do this game, he didn't need to play hard this game. But he threw for 385 yards, made some incredibly clutch plays while he's taking huge hits. He's getting hit all over the damn place. I just feel bad for Deshaun Watson. But Titans fans, I mean, get it. It's Deshaun Watson. But this is a bad football team. And if you let that Texas team put 38 points on you, that's not a good sign going into the playoffs, especially when you're going against a bunch of good offenses. You're gonna have a mix of good offenses, good defenses, great special teams units. I mean, you are going into the playoffs, for God's sakes. And if you want to get to where you want to get, I know Titans fans have huge expectations. Their expectation is to get to the Super Bowl because they damn near got a taste of it by being in that conference championship against the Kansas City Chiefs. But if you guys want to get to where you guys want to, of course, get to, and that's the Super Bowl, you have to play better defensively. I don't know what the issue is. Like I said, Logan Ryan, I feel like was a big hit. I don't know if it's that, but I don't know. Kevin Byard has not been really having a good season this year. I don't think he's having a horrible season, but compared to how he was last year, and you compare it to this year, Kevin Byard has not had that same level of play like we saw him do last year. They've just had trouble all over the football field on the defensive side of the ball, and they have got to fix things up because if they can't, going into the playoffs, they're gonna get sent home. What if they win a wild card game? I mean, the expectation is to get to the Super Bowl. So Titans fans should definitely celebrate this win. You guys clinched the division. It's great for you guys. But at the end of the day, you can't just win with your offense. You need to win defensively. You need your defense to step up in the biggest moments and help you win football games. You can't let teams put up 38 points. This is a mediocre football team. And as good as Deshaun Watson is, you cannot let that football team put up 38 points on you. And again, just watching this game, just how easily they let receivers get over the top against them, how David Johnson was able to have some success in the running game. It was a lot of holes that you just didn't expect the Titans, especially from last year's Titans. You did not expect that Titans defense from last year to make the mistakes that the Titans were making in this football game. So yeah, they got to clean it up. They just got to clean it up. It could be done. It's extreme. It's possible, but you got to Saturday or Sunday to get that thing cleaned up. So yeah, Titans fans, celebrate today. You guys won the division, but the expectation should be going to that to be getting a ring on your finger, not just clinching division and winning and potentially maybe winning a wild card. It's to get to the big dance. But anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like the video, share the video, subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell as well. Just lets me know that you guys want more NFL weekly recaps. And with what I'm about to do with all the NFL recaps and stuff like that and previews going into the playoffs, it's going to be a lot of coverage and a lot of content. So if you guys love NFL content, you guys love NFL previews and all that type of stuff like that, hit the subscribe button with the notification bell, and we can just get it popping over here on this channel. So anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'm out. So yeah, Jan76, a.k.a. Jan Sports. Have a good night, and I'm out. Peace.